honestly can't think of a time I've been this excited about a piece of gear. So I finally managed to pick up a Heritage Audio HA73 2 mic pre and EQ, and I absolutely love it. Been using it now for about a month, but I haven't got my own time to kind of, you know, get really nerdy with it and explore it. So been loving it so far, but today I'm gonna really put it through its paces. So let's do it. So I'm putting it through my Audient ID44, and the beauty of this setup is this has got inserts on channels 1 and 2, so I basically can use both of the preamps and bypass the Audient preamps. So it's just the Heritage Audio pre's you're hearing going to the converters. So yeah, we're going back to basics. I've stripped down all the mics in my kit, and we're just going to be using one mic. It's a ribbon mic. It's an MXL R144, and yeah, it's a really affordable mic, and it just sounds amazing, to be honest. It's the first mic I ever bought. I got it in 2018 and I've been using it ever since. So yeah, this is the first thing I would have done when I started recording, is I'd move this around the room and see the best sound I can get with one mic. So now we're going to push that a step further through a really tasty mic pre. I also thought, you know, it'd be really cool to try a kind of crunchy, old school kind of drum sound. I've got a 90s Tama Rockstar bass drum, and this is a bass drum I just leave with the 2 front heads on. There's absolutely no dampening inside, it's totally wide open. Yeah, it just gives me a vintage sound that I can kind of pull out and use anytime I need it. And I've just kind of experimented a bit with the muffling. Got a pillow down there just on the front head, slightly touching it. And then I've got like a little tea towel that's just down at the front, and a vintage bomber beater just to soften the attack. Then I've got a Ludwig super sensitive vintage snare drum, and absolutely love this drum, and it really suits this sound. Right, so I'm just editing the video here, and I just want to hop in on the one mic drum sound. So I really think that sounds so sick for just one mic. And what was interesting was I ended up mixing the raw track, and then I put that channel strip setting on the low Z with the EQ, and it just sounded so much better. When you're mixing, sometimes you end up kind of getting fooled and you're like, oh, I've added loads, I can't add any more, you know? And it's like, when I actually ended up switching to the EQ'd mix with my plugins, it sounds so much better. So it's like being closer to the sound just enhances the mix even more, you know? And it makes you, I think, listen better, because you're not being swayed by like rules. You're not thinking, okay, well, I've already added this, I can't add that. You're more just treating it like, here's the raw sound, can I make it better? It's already better, so it's gonna get better again, you know? It's like, it's just different layers. So I found that really interesting. Right, so for the next setup, I want to try acoustic guitar and vocals. And for this, I want to try just 257s. The reason for that is, a big part of why I got this piece of gear in the first place was I mainly record drums, and you know, recording drums, what are you using? Basic mics, you know, 57 on the snare, D112, and you'll see these mics like in budget studios, home studios, and like the most expensive studios. So it's like being able to use basic gear and just take it to that next level, get the sounds that are in your head. So yeah, let's do it.
Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry.
EQ in.
Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. High. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry.
Right, I am really excited about this. So, I've moved back to a more modern setup, and you know, ported kick, dampened kick. I've got a 57 outside the kick, and I've got an over shoulder 57. And yeah, I changed out to my 14 by 6.5 bronze Sensitone snare, and I've got another snare head on top, kind of big fat snare head-esque sound. So yeah, really fat sound. I got my 18-inch hi-hats with a towel in there. So yeah, it's just super fat sounding kit. And yeah, 257s, let's go. That's pretty mad to me, to get that sound from 257s. And you know, I've done nothing in the DAW, just totally how it comes into the DAW from the preamp and the EQ, and it sounds like a finished kind of pop drum sound already. So that is sick. 257s and you get that drum sound, love it. So I'm driving the overhead, the mono overhead fully, and I can achieve this by engaging the pad so that it doesn't clip and get all nasty, and so I get that nice saturation. So I'm applying a nice shelf there for the top end. I'm ducking out some 3K to kind of get rid of a little bit of the harshness. I'm adding 110 Hertz, and I'm high passing at 50. For the kick, I'm applying the low Z, so the low impedance is just kind of giving it a more round tone to me, so that's what I went for. Then I'm driving that nearly full way as well, and I've got some top end boost. I'm sucking out 360 Hertz, I'm boosting loads of 60 Hertz, and yeah, that's what I'm doing there. So yeah, the more I use this piece of gear, the more I love it, and looking forward to growing more as an engineer with this great bit of kit. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, hit me up if you need some recording. Thanks so much.